Whiskey Delta 4, Echo Romeo Mike. Been listening to your conversations with the different hams across the East Coast over here. And good information you're giving out, and I know they appreciate your help. I was going to ask you about how you kept the RF out of that other one. I had a mishap here. I keyed up my 30L1 linear, and I burned the front end out of my 1000D. I won't do that again. Anyway, I got it repaired. That's what I'm on now, the FT-1000D. And the antenna here is a vertical shaped loop. It's not a delta loop, but it is in a triangle. It's called a super mini loop. Got it diagrammed on my QRZ page. It's up 80 feet. Just running 200 watts out of the 1000D. Anyway, your signal here has been steady, 9 to 10 over, and very good audio, Jim. I was looking at your YouTube pages, and when I get some time, I'm going to go back and spend some time on them. KC9VKV, WD4, Echo Romeo Mike. The name is Ken, Kilo Echo November. Located in Quitman, Georgia, which is right on the Georgia-Florida line. Over.
Roger, Ken. Well, I'm so sorry to hear your difficulty on your radio, but yeah, we do. Our Elmer said, "Now, what you're going to have to do?" Yeah, and we did already had that because we've been running a FT-990 as our normal radio, and it does have an aux antenna in, and so we did build a mute relay for the aux in so that we didn't get a lot of residual RF coming back into the aux in, which can burn that up just as well as a regular receive antenna input to the radio. So we are using that mute relay going into our 7300, which we're using as a receiver and transmitting on the Yaesu 990. And like I said, we're just testing out the 7300, kind of incorporating it in very slowly. Right now, just in the receive mode, Roger.
Okay, I understand. Boy, that 7300 has been a popular radio. It's probably been the biggest seller right out of the box of any that's ever come out, and they all sound great. ICOM did a good job on getting that rig and the microphone all matched up. And when you get them, you get the numbers right on it, you just leave it alone and talk on it. I'm interested in, and I know you're trying to sign, but I wanted to ask you one thing. On your QRZ page, you mentioned a major 50,000 watt AM broadcast facility. I wonder what station that was.
That was WHAS in Louisville, Kentucky. I came to Louisville as a production director for WHAS in 1970, and I was production director for HAS from 70 to 79, Roger.
Oh, okay. All right. I do some, just for my own novelty, do some AM broadcasts.
Please don't tune up on an active frequency.
Not really short-wave listening, but just trying to, to see what distant stations I can pick up. That's one of the things that got me interested in radio years ago when I was in high school. I had an old Philco radio that I used to do some AM DXing, I guess. Jim, I know you're trying to sign, and I got something I need to do too, but maybe I can get you on Friday afternoon, and I'm going to check out your YouTube pages. Thanks a lot, and how's the signal on the 1000D, over?
Oh, nice. You're probably about 8 over my noise level, coming and going, but probably an average about an 8 over my noise level, so really good signal. And if you're looking for an antenna for your broadcast SWL or your broadcast listening, you might consider a loop antenna of the size of 36-foot loop. I know that I've got one loop that I use on 10 meters, which is a full wave loop that works great on broadcast, and it is 10 foot on the. It's a rectangular loop, and I used, I think, RG6. I'm sorry, RG. Oh gosh, the smaller stuff, RG6, I guess it is, yeah. Around, kind of tie wrapped around this PVC frame. The frame was 10 foot on the horizontal and 8 foot on the vertical. 36-foot loop, and I think I just used 75 ohms cable for the transmission line to it also. So 75 ohm RG6, and then tie wrap it around, and I just fed mine. The first one I built, I fed it from the top because I didn't know any better, and it worked great. The second time I rebuilt it, I fed it from one corner. I haven't really seen much of a difference. I preferred feeding it just from the top. And I used a 10-foot, out of Home Depot top rail. I think it's 10 foot 6 inches, steel or whatever they call it, and just in a rotor, and that works great. So you might consider that when you want to build a directional antenna for your if you low band monitor a bunch of broadcast stations. And incidentally, the frequency for WHAS is 840 KC. So if you wanted to try to copy that station, 840 KC. Roger, Roger.
Okay, give me the call again.
It's WHAS AM.
Okay, I got it. I'll look for it. I sure will. All right, Jim. Thanks again, and good signal. Good Qso 40 meters. Didn't leave us talking to ourselves, and I look forward to getting up with you again. KC9VKV WD4ERM.
Roger, Roger, Ken. 3's that way, sir. You have a real good evening and a great weekend coming up. And if you get a chance, join us tomorrow afternoon on 7188 between 3:30 and 5. This is KC9VKV, and we will conclude our, just in the nick of time, we will conclude our Qso-Vlog pop-up on this frequency, and we'll say 3's all. Catch you later. This is KC9VKV. We'll be clear.